Well, the news that Yeun had joined the MCU made the headlines, but the actor has remained pretty mum until now. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about what the Walking Dead actor said about joining the MCU, the Thunderbolts movie, and some vague hints at the mysterious character we all know he's playing. Well, earlier this week when we learned that the Walking Dead alumni, Yeun, had joined the cast of the Thunderbolts, fans, started speculating on exactly the character he could be. Now, most online scoopers and fans are pretty unanimous on the idea that he is likely playing the Sentry, aka a somewhat evil Superman, although to be fair, he's more complicated than that. Now, recently the actor has talked a little bit to Empire magazine, and had a little bit to say about the MCU, the upcoming film, and a little bit of a vague hint about his role. Now, in that interview, he was asked why he joined the MCU, and he said, "I don't know if that was explicitly on my bucket list. It was more the story, going to work with Jake Schreier again, who directed Beef, and what his intentions were. The intentions of the particular character they want me to play were very clear, and that's what drew me to the film." Now, I have to say, that little hint, mentioning clear intentions, could that be anybody besides the Sentry? He fits the bill kind of perfectly. The Sentry always has clear intentions, even though his perspective, due to his mental illness, is not always as clear. So that could make for an interesting acting experience, very similar to what Oscar Isaac's got playing Moon Knight. Now, the prevailing theory that has not been confirmed is that Val actually creates the Sentry. Now, the ongoing story has been that Valentina Allegra de Fontaine is putting together this team of heroes, and one of those heroes will indeed be the Sentry, and she is directly involved in recreating that super soldier serum. Now, obviously she's a villain, and this is totally going to go sideways, probably leading to us watching the team take on the mega superpowered hero in some sort of final showdown. Now, as many of you know, the Sentry is a very complicated character. He's technically a hero, but he battles his inner demons. Quite literally, it's the Void, and should make for an interesting manifestation on screen if that is indeed who Yeun is playing. Now, there's been some speculation of other characters that he could be, like Amadeus Cho, and I don't really think his little hint here aligns very well with that character, or really any other character that is potentially in this upcoming movie. The actor has had quite a great run in recent years in media, being part of The Walking Dead, and then more recently in Nope, so I think he's been a big grab for Marvel, and since we know he's going to be in multiple films and not some throwaway character, focusing on a big name character like the Sentry makes a lot of sense. Now, how they bring the character to life on screen, we're going to have to wait and see, but I think Yeun being tied to the project will only add a little more fan excitement to the overall process. The Sentry is not that well known of a character outside of Marvel Comics, but if you know who he is in the stories, you know how important he is, not only potentially to this story, but other really big rumored upcoming events like World War Hulk. I am super curious on what he's going to bring to this character, how Marvel is going to bring him to life, and how they're going to balance out how powerful he is versus the other super soldiers that don't shine a light to his level of power. But we'll have to wait and see.